Thank you, Mr. Chairman and Ranking Member. Secretary Yellen, I would just like to make a quick comment about FinCEN's beneficial ownership reporting rule, which has been discussed by many of my colleagues this morning. I know you're collecting the data to protect our national security and our financial system, and you're doing it because Congress actually mandated it in the Corporate Transparency Act. However, I too am concerned that many of our small businesses don't know about this new requirement, but I'm going to do my part to spread the word and to educate the business owners in my district. As a matter of fact, I'm excited about hosting Undersecretary Nelson and Director Gackey in Columbus next week for our FinCEN Small Business Information Session. We may want to get a little quote from you in light of your words today to help relax some of them that this is not an attack on them.
Thank you for participating in this. It's much appreciated, and we want them to know about it, but we're not looking to penalize small businesses that learn about it and take the actions they need to file.
Okay, well, thank you for that. We will certainly, in my opening remarks, include that in sharing that with the businesses, because we found out that many of them absolutely have no idea about this reporting. Right. But the good news is there were some who not only knew about it, and they had actually completed their transparency forms. So we're going to continue.
It's pretty simple filing for a small business.
Well, thank you. Let me now go to the first question I have. Secretary Yellen, the World Bank's International Development Association, or IDA, as you know, is undergoing a replenishment this year. As the largest single provider of development finance to the poorest countries, IDA is essential to addressing the most critical development challenges and setting high standards across the field. What role does IDA play in addressing the critical challenges caused by climate change in developing countries, and how is Treasury pushing IDA to advance its development priorities for the next 3 years?
Well, it plays an absolutely critical role in providing concessional finance to the poorest countries, and it addresses a wide range of needs from food insecurity to education to climate to pandemic preparedness and other things. We look forward to an ambitious IDA 21 refinancing, and we want to make sure that the funds are used effectively given the enormous pressures that these countries are under, given all that's happened in terms of climate change and also in terms of pressures on food and energy prices.
Okay, thank you. Secretary Yellen, under President Trump, the United States became more isolationist as it exited NATO and engaged in close contact with dictators. How has the United States Treasury under the Biden administration helped restore and reassert U.S. leadership in global economy?
Well, thank you. Since day one, it's been a priority at Treasury for us to work closely and collaboratively with other countries around the globe to address common problems, whether it's food insecurity, development aid for countries so that they can grow, addressing debt problems, addressing pandemic preparedness. We've worked closely on trying to set a floor on corporate income tax rates globally to stop what's been a decades-long race to the bottom. So, and certainly when it comes to our support of Ukraine, the United States has shown global leadership, and we've worked very closely with our global colleagues on support for Ukraine and sanctions against Russia. So a wide range of things. That's just a very partial list. And we really tried to turn the clock 180 degrees in terms of our cooperation and involvement in international fora.
Thank you, and my time is up.
Young lady's time has expired. With that, we go to the gentleman from Nebraska, Mr. Flood, recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Madam Secretary, for being here today.